Something weird is happening in Minecraft. Have you ever noticed that mobs don't just spawn anywhere? I mean, some places just have a freaking ton of wildlife, and others are completely empty. As a certified wildlife biologist, I knew it was up to me to investigate, so I went out to look for wildlife. My goal was to find something, anything that was influencing mob spawning, but no matter where I looked, I just couldn't find it. I started to get discouraged. I just don't get it. And self-doubt slowly crept in. I don't know, maybe this is just stupid. Dude, it's so stupid. It's just stupid. And then, when I was at my lowest, I saw it. Wait a sec. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Right there. That's a pig. What's the pig next to? A tree? Is that a tree? Trees. I'm gonna have trees. Could it be? Are mobs spawning based on vegetation? We need to do more research right now. We're gonna be doing a real-life wildlife biology study in Minecraft. First things first, we're looking at 3 biomes: the forest, the birch forest, and the dark oak forest. Why? Well, because we're looking at vegetation today. I mean, we're studying tree species and shrub species, okay? What about these other biomes that have trees and shrubs? They're invite only, okay? I couldn't get in. Please. Just forget about it. Anyway, next we're locked in on 4 mobs. We're looking at cows, sheep, pigs, and chickens. And lucky for us, all our mobs spawn in those 3 forest biomes, so we're good. That is about it. We're hitting the field now, baby. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is hit F3 and G. That's gonna turn on your chunk borders here. First, you're just gonna count all the mobs you see in the chunk. So what do we got? 2 pigs over here, a cow, and a sheep over here. Hey, write that down. Here, I got a pen for you here. We got the mobs. Let's check the vegetation. First up, trees. We got 2 oak trees over here and 2 birches. I think that's about it. Just make sure you're tracking this, okay? You got a pen here. Here's another pen. All right, now we got to count the shrubs. This one right here is short grass. We're going to be seeing a lot of it, so get used to it. How many shrubs you seeing? I see like 18 shrubs. Here, write that down. Great. That's about it for this chunk. We do 6 chunks per survey. I usually do it in a 3x2 grid. It just makes it easier. And once we've done that, that's 1 survey complete. Now, this is science, so we need replicates. That's how we know it's not just a one-time fluke and that the mobs are actually being influenced by the vegetation. To make sure we got enough data to work with when we run our stats at the end, when I run the stats at the end. You guys are idiots. I'm the certified wildlife biologist, remember? We got to make sure we have robust data, and to do that, we're going to be doing 15 surveys per biome for a grand total of 45 surveys. We got 44 more. Let's go get the rest of that data. And pause it quick. I just wanted to explain quick. You're going to see me put these item frames on trees a lot. That's just a way for me to prevent double counting in the chunks. All right, back to it. Oh, hi, sorry, me again. These name tags I'm using that say marked are a way for me to remember which mobs I've tracked so I don't overcount them. All right, that's enough out of me. Play the time lapse. Okay, I saw this and I just had to share. I think it's really cool that the sheep eat the grass and actually leave a dirt block there. It's like they're actually interacting with the landscape. A little more realism for you. And it's a great way for me to know the sheep are using the habitat. I mean, they're eating the grass here. It's gotta be good grass, right? Here's something I noticed. You can see the dirt blocks here, so you know the sheep are around eating, but I can't seem to find them. So I'm looking, and there's wool, and there's mutton. Something's going on here, and I think I found our culprit. It's Mr. Wolf over here. The wolves are hunting the freaking sheep, and when we run the stats at the end, you're gonna see the sheep actually have an adaptation to avoid the wolves. It's really cool. Just stick around for it. All right, that's enough out of me. Back to it. Man, when I first saw that Minecraft had the Lily of the Valley, I was like, where are my Breaking Bad fans at? Did they see the show? They should not have this in the game. This is terrible. Do they know what he did to her in the show? I mean, gee whiz. Wow, I love Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad. Watch Breaking Bad if you haven't seen it. Not sponsored, just watch it. I love the show. Love it. All right. Anyway, I'm sick of these surveys. Let's just go to the analysis. The 45 surveys are done and the data is in. And I got it all right here. No, I'm just kidding. It's all in Excel. But here it is. I mean, you can see all the counts for all the tree and shrub species, and we got richness, and then on the other sheet, we got wildlife and their counts and their richness. It's all here. In case you wanted to see, I even made this map with some of the survey sites that were close to each other. The red dots are where the surveys were. The birch forest is up here. The dark forest is down here. Oh, and you see this little red pit? That's lava. There was a forest fire here. I even got it on film. And I didn't do anything to stop it because I'm evil. Anyway, who cares? None of that really matters, actually. Great, we got our data. Now what? Now shit gets real. It's time for the analysis. First up, we gotta pick our statistical model to run our stats. Well, don't be scared. Models are actually pretty simple. It's just a way to find patterns in the data using equations and functions. We just gotta pick one that'll help tease out those little details about what is making mobs spawn. But which do we choose? What the?
G L M G L M.
Yeah, it's generalized linear models. That's what we're using, GLMs. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it might seem. You're gonna see how easy it is. Now look at this code. Right here, I'm just running 3 generalized linear models. I mean, you can see it's for the forest, the birch forest, and the dark forest. You can see right here, we have total pig count. That's our response variable. And for each biome, we're testing it against total wildlife count, total tree count, and total shrub count. And we're gonna run each of these models, and it'll tell us exactly which factors are actually influencing pig spawning. It's pretty cool, isn't it? But we don't stop there. We need to check which model is the best fit for the data. To do this, we're using the Ecology information criterion. I definitely said that wrong. Or the AIC table for short. And pretty much this table is just going to directly compare each of our models and tell us which has the best fit for the data. All you got to know is lower AIC value means better fit. All right, run it. It's looking like forest is our best one. All right, here's the important part. We got to check that summary output to see what's predicting pig counts. We got to get that p-value below 0.05 for significant results. You probably remember that from like 4th grade science. All right, let's run it. As you can see, total wildlife, total trees, and total shrubs are predicting pig abundance. That is sick. We did that in Minecraft. I mean, we just got this from Minecraft. And now we've statistically proven that vegetation does impact pig spawning. All that's left is to plot the results on some graphs and see what it looks like. Since we're already talking about pigs, let's take a look at those graphs. As we can see, pig abundances were actually increasing with shrub density. And if we take a look at the tree graph, it's the same freaking thing. They love vegetation. More trees, more pigs. I know this is a video game, but if we compare this to their real life counterparts, which would be like wild boars or feral hogs, this makes a lot of sense. In North America, wild boars are omnivorous and they use their big old snouts to root around in that soil and find acorns and fruits and seeds and tubers. I mean, this is what they're foraging on. It makes a lot of sense for these pigs to want to be in places with higher tree and shrub counts because there's more roots and there's more seeds for them to eat. I did convert the Minecraft tree densities from our surveys to hectares so we could make more real life comparisons. And if we look in real life, a forest that has 300 trees per hectare is about what you're expecting in your mature deciduous forest. And that's where these feral hogs and wild boars are thriving. This is where you find them. It makes sense, which is crazy. I doubt the developers actually plan to have this ecological relationship, but it's pretty cool we found that. That's enough about pigs. Let's move to our bovine friends, the cows. Mr. Cow's not too happy with tree density. He likes it low. As you can see, he likes it below 200 trees per hectare. Once again, if we try to make a real life comparison, I mean 200 trees per hectare, that's about what you're expecting in a savanna or like an open woodland. And cows are a grazing species, so they want low tree density. This is going to allow your grasses and herbs and shrubs to come up, and cows love that. Once again, this is aligning with the real world habitat preferences of these animals. What the heck is happening? And we got one more cow graph here. Cows were significantly influenced by how many other mobs were around. Once again, as a grazing and a herd species, they like having other mobs around. All right, what's going on with our feathered friend, the chicken? Chickens, not a lot was going on. But the shrub richness actually had a negative effect on chicken abundance, which is kind of a weird result when you think about it. You'd think, oh, the more shrubs for them to eat. My hypothesis is it has something to do with visibility and food availability. Like many of the ground-dwelling species in real life, like your pheasant and your woodcock and your grouse, they need open space to forage. And if there's just a freaking ton of shrubs coming up, they can't see it all. And if there's a whole bunch of shrubs, but not the ones the chickens are eating, I mean, they don't do them any good. They don't want to be there. You want to be surrounded by a bunch of inedible food? No. And last but not least, we got the sheep. As I alluded to earlier, sheep populations are threatened by those dang gnats nasty wolves. Well, the sheep have a pretty cool adaptation. If you look here, kind of like the cow, sheep were significantly influenced by other mobs being around. I mean, it's up to the frickin' moon. This is a genius strategy on the sheep's part. I mean, think about it. When sheep are in a larger herd, there's lots of other visual obstructions. The wolves can't quite see them as well. These sheep are instinctively sticking in larger groups to reduce the chance of the wolves killing them. I mean, we see this in real life all the time. Think of like zebra and bison. They group together in big herds to reduce the chance of getting singled out. I'd be doing the same freaking thing. And that's about all our results, but boy, howdy was that cool. Well, what does all this mean? I mean, even in Minecraft, mobs are influenced by vegetation characteristics, just like their real life counterparts. As we saw, I mean, some mobs prefer open areas, some mobs prefer vegetation, and a lot of them are just influenced by how many other mobs are around. I know it's just a video game, but it's freaking awesome. It follows the same ecological principles we see in nature. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of work, but it really paid off. I had a ton of fun doing it. If you guys enjoy this, I'd love to make more Minecraft wildlife biology research projects. I mean, I've never seen this done on YouTube before, and I feel like it was pretty cool. I glazed over a lot of the analysis, so if you do have questions about what the heck I'm doing here, just leave it in the comments and I'll reply. Or you could just subscribe, that'd be cool too. Any wildlife biologists out there, please critique me. I am an amateur budding researcher. I am pursuing a graduate degree in wildlife biology, so I want to do this for a living, and I'd love critiques. Anyways, that's about it from me. Hope you enjoyed. Stay cool, stay in school, and don't be a fool. Good night, America.